Welcome to Wolfe Cadillac. Today we're taking a quick look at some of the interior and exterior features in the 2020 Cadillac Escalade. This Escalade is featured in the platinum trim with black front grille, as well as gunmetal gray alloy rims and maple sugar leather interior. We have our 4-wheel drive, power extendable running boards, as well as our 6.2-liter V8 engine. Now moving on to the interior of the Escalade, we'll take a look at a few of the interior features, starting off with the driver's door panel. We have our maple sugar leather, wooden trim, chrome door handle, lock and unlock buttons, and speaker tweeter. We also have our memory seat option, close handle, rear window locks and rear child locks, power windows for front and rear, power mirror adjustment with joystick, power mirror fold-in. Below we have our Bose speaker, storage, and on the side of the seat we have our power seat adjustment with power lumbar support. Now off to the left of the steering wheel, we have our interior dimmer switch, daytime running light settings, as well as our 4-wheel drive settings, and our electronic park brake underneath, our heads-up display adjustment, info and brightness adjustment, as well as our full digital gauge cluster. Off to the right side of the steering wheel, we have the volume and radio controls, Cadillac badge in the middle, and off to the left we have our voice commands, front collision alert, heated steering wheel, and cruise control. Wood trim throughout the steering wheel, as well as it's wrapped in maple sugar leather. You can see a long speaker tweeter in the dash. And we have our gear selection stalk. Off to the left we have our driving mode, pedal adjustment, and traction control. And off to the right we have our glove box release, lane departure warning, and park assists. The screen itself features our audio phone, projection for our phone, navigation, settings, our climate, rear video controls, rear climate controls, our camera for the rear, as well as our running board extensions. Below that we have our volume slider, as well as our dual zone climate controls, heated and cooled seats for driver and passenger. Then storage underneath with our LED light and USB port, CD player, our 2 USBs, 12-volt charging port, and on and off for our center console cooler. Our 2 cup holders, both finished with brushed aluminum inserts, and our Cadillac silhouette. Then we have our padded leather center console lid with perforated leather, remote charging pad, as well as inside we have our cooler, 2 USB ports and auxiliary input opposite a 12-volt charging port. The front seats are featured in our maple sugar leather with perforated leather in the headrests, as well as lower down in our Cadillac silhouette embossed in chrome. We have our rear view mirror, which doubles as a rear view camera to offer a 300% better view of what's behind us. Above that we have our dome lights and dome light settings, OnStart controls, garage door openers. We have our liftgate controls, sunroof and moonroof controls, as well as our anti-theft. A full black suede headliner with sunroof and moonroof overhead. Now onto the exterior, we can take a closer look at our gunmetal gray alloy rims with platinum Cadillac badge center caps. You can see our power extendable running boards tucked underneath, our chrome door handles with lock and unlock buttons, and our LED strip, rear privacy tint. And around to the rear we have our Escalade badging. We also have a power activated liftgate, which we can activate using the key or the button on the inside of the vehicle. Once inside we can see plenty of room with the rear seats folded down, as well as controls off to the right to fold down the rear bucket and rear bench seats, as well as a 12-volt charging port. Now onto the rear interior of the Escalade, we'll take a look at the rear passenger door card, which also features our maple sugar leather, speaker tweeter, wood trim, chrome door handle, close handle, window switch, speaker and storage. Back of the front seats we have our magazine holders as well as speakers. And back of the center console we have our rear heated seat options for the rear bucket seats, rear climate controls, as well as underneath we have our DVD inputs, storage, as well as our power outlet and 12-volt charging port. We have our DVD player overhead finished in black to match the headliner. Then our rear bucket seats are featured in the same maple sugar leather we saw up front, perforated leather, and our fold-down leather armrest. The rear seats are folded down to show how much space we have in the back, but there's a 60-40 split bench also featured in perforated and patent maple leather. And off to the right we have our 2 cup holders and 12-volt charging port. Thank you for joining me for this video walk around the 2020 Cadillac Escalade. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more daily Cadillac videos. and we hope to see you in at Wolfe Cadillac sometime very soon.